This is line 151 of continuing Venus and Adonis Shakespeare. Witness this primrose bank whereon I lie. These forceless flowers will sturdy trees support me. Two strengthless doves will draw me through the sky from morn till night. Even where I list to spot me is love so light, sweet boy, and may it be that thou wouldst think it heavy upon unto thee. Is this thy own heart to thine own face affected? Can thy right hand seize love upon thy left? Then woo thyself, be of thyself rejected. Steal thine own freedom and complain on theft. Narcissus so himself forsook, and died to kiss his shadow in the brook. Torches are made to light, jewels to wear, dainties to taste, fresh beauty for the use, herbs for the smell, and sappy plants to bear. Things growing to themselves are growth's abuse. Seeds spring from seeds, and beauty breedeth beauty. Thou wast begot, and to get it thy duty. Upon the earth's increase, why shouldn't thou feed? Unless the earth with thy increase be fed. By law of nature thou art bound to breed, that thine may live when thou myself art dead. And so, in spite of death, thou dost survive, in that thy likeness still is left alive. By this the lovesick queen began to sweat, for where they lay the shadow had forsook them, and Titan, tired in the midday heat, with burning eye, did hotly overlook them, wishing Adonis had his team to guide, so he were like him and by Venus' side. And now Adonis, with a lazy sprite, and with a heavy, dark, disliking eye, his lowering brows overwhelming his fair sight, like misty vapors when they plot the sky, soaring his cheeks cries, "Fie, no more of love, the sun doth burn my face, I must remove." "Ay me," quoth Venus, "young and so kind, what bare excuses makest thou to be gone? I'll sigh, celestial breath, whose gentle wind shall cool the heat of this descending sun. I'll make a shadow for thee of my hair. If they burn too, I'll quench them with my tears. The sun that shines from heaven shines but warm, and lo, I lie between that sun and thee. The heat I have from hence doth little warn, thine eyes dart forth the fire that burneth me. And were I not immortal, life were done between this heavenly and earthly sun. Art thou obdurate, flinty, hard as steel? Nay, more than flint, for stone at rain relenteth. Art thou a woman's son, and canst not feel what 'tis to love, what want of love tormenteth? Oh, had thy mother borne so hard a mind, she had not brought forth thee, but died unkind. What am I that thou shouldst condemn me this? Or what great danger dwells upon my suit? What were thy lips the worse for one poor kiss? Speak fair, but speak fair words, or else be mute. Give me one kiss, I'll give it thee again, and one for interest, if thou wilt have twain. Fly, lifeless picture, cold and senseless stone, well-painted idol, image dull and dead, statue contenting but the eye alone. Think thing like a man, but of no woman bred. Oh, thou art no man, though of a man's complexion, for men will kiss even by their own direction. This said, impatience chokes her pleading tongue, and swelling passion doth provoke a pause. Red cheeks and fury eyes blaze forth her wrong. Being judge in law, she cannot right her cause, and now she weeps, and now she fain would speak, and now her sobs to her intimates break. Sometimes she shakes her head, and then his hand. Now gazeth she on him, now on the ground. Sometimes her arms enfold him like a band. He will not in her arms be bound. And when from whence he struggles to be gone, she locks her lily fingers one in one. Fondling, she said, since I have hemmed thee here, within the circuit of this ivory pale, I'll be a park, and thou shalt be my dear. Feed where thou wiltst, or on mountain or in dale, gaze on my lips, and if those hills be dry, stray lower where the pleasant fountains lie. Within this limit is relief enough, sweet bottom grass and high delightful plain, round rising hillocks, breaks obscure and rough, to shelter thee from tempest and from rain. Then be my dear, since I am such a park. No dog shall rouse thee, though a thousand bark. At this Adonis smiles as in disdain, that in each cheek appears a pretty dimple. Love made those hollows, if himself were slain, he might be buried in a tomb so simple. For knowing well, if there he came to lie, why there love lived, there he could not die. These lovely caves, these round enchanting pits, opened their mouths to swallow Venus liking, being mad before, how doth she now for wits? Struck dead at first, what needs a second striking? Poor queen of love, in thine own law forsworn, to love a cheek that smiles at thee in scorn. Now, which way shall she turn? What shall she say? What her words are done, her woes the more increasing, the time is spent, her object will away, and from her twining arms doth urge releasing. Pity, she cried, some favor, some remorse. Away he springs and hasteth to his horse. But lo, from forth a corpse that neighbors by, a breeding jennet, lusty, young, and proud, Adonis trampsing courser doth espy, and forth she rushes and snorts and neighs aloud. The strong-necked steed, being tied unto a tree, breaketh his rein, and her straight goes he. Imperiously he leaps, he neighs, he bounds, and now his woven girths he breaks asunder, the bearing earth with his hard hoof he wounds, whose hollow womb resounds like heaven's thunder. The iron bit he crusheth between his teeth, controlling what he was controlled with. His eyes unpricked, his braided hanging mane upon his compass crest now stand on end. His nostrils drink the air, and forth again, as from a furnace, vapors doth he send. His eye, which scornfully glitters like fire, shows his hard courage in this high desire. Sometimes he trots as if he took the steps with gentle majesty and modest pride. And then he rears upright, curvets, and leaps, as he should say, "Lo, though thus my strength is tried, and this I do to captivate the eye of the fair breeder that is standing by. What recketh he his rider's angry stir, his flattering holla, or his stand, I say? What cares he now for curb or pricking spur, for right comparisons, or trappings gay? He sees his love, and nothing else he sees, nor nothing else with his pride's sight agrees. Walk, when a painter would surpass the life in lining out a well-proportioned steed, his art with nature's workmanship at strife, as if the dead living should exceed, so this his horse excel, a common one, in shape, in courage, color, pace, and bone. Round hoofed, short jointed, fetlocks shag and long, broad breast, full eye, small head, nostril wide, high crest, short ears, straight legs, and passing strong. Thin mane, thick tail, broad buttocks, tender hide. Look what a horse should have he did not lack, save a proud rider on so proud a back. We had read up to line 300. Sometimes he sounds, scuds far off, and there he stares. None he starts at stirring of all feather. To bid the wind abase he now prepares, and where he run and fly they know not whither, for through his mane and tall the high wind sings, fanning the hairs who wave like feathered wings. We read from line 150 to 300 from Venus and Adonis. From what? Venus and Adonis of Shakespeare. Really? The 300. Hmm. Hmm. Venus and Adonis by Shakespeare, line 150 to 300.